Hi, I'm Asherah Rose, and this is part 2. I literally just tried to take a picture of this beautiful scenery and fucking ended up turning off the camera. I know you can't see me very well, but that's the whole idea, to just get that reflection. Look how beautiful that is. Look at that on the water. How serene is that? For England, I mean, you know, it's England. Look at that. Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah. I was just appreciating this I feel a little bit lost today, Almighty. Like, not lost as in I don't know where I am, but I don't know. It feels transformative. It feels like I'm losing something in order to gain something. Does that make sense? So there feels like there's a loss, but there also feels like there's a gain at the same time. It's weird. The feeling this morning is really weird, but I knew I needed to come to the park. You know, I knew that much at least. 1:44 on the clock, as I said that. I'm gonna sit on that bench over there. I'm sure Grandma would say when she was little, it was so frozen when you walked up. Oh, sorry, my nose is literally running. Right, cha-cha man. The bench is soaking wet. Don't matter though. I can put my coat in the wash when I get back. Look how beautiful that scene is. Yeah, it's muddy. It's gonna be muddy. It's England, but look at the sun behind there. Yeah, I feel like I'm losing something in order to gain something. And I think the thought of losing something is a little bit scary, because when I'm talking about losing something, I mean aspects of myself. That's what it feels like. I'm gonna be losing aspects of myself. But that's also what's exciting. I'm so ready to just it's like a snake skin. I'm so ready to be done with this skin. I really am. You know what I'm saying? I really, really am. And I feel like I've been making this transformation for so long too. And I have transformed. I have transformed. I really have. And it's been a beautiful transformation. I've enjoyed and I've loved every single minute of it. But it's not over. The transformation is not over. You just see how the water's moving. I just feel like the transformation's not over. There's still so much to do. And I feel like this trip, this experience is going to unlock that. It's going to unfold that. What it will unfold, I don't know. But I just feel like there's so much more of me to discover. And I feel like there's so much more of me that the Almighty wants me to discover. We're going to go up this way. You can go that way too. You can go up that way too, but we're going to go this way. I don't know why we're going to go this way when this way looks the muddiest, but I guess it's part of the fun, eh? This is terribly muddy, and the path is fucking dodgy too. You sure you want to go this way? Yeah, Spirit said yeah. You're so troublesome. Oh, swear down. Okay, let's do it. If we fall over, so what, yeah? If we get stuck in the mud, so what? We'll look out for the horses, and we'll look out for other animals, because I feel like when I come here, it's like nature just springs out. Oh God, look at that. As I said that, but the dog come around the corner. Hiya.
Hello there.
God. Hiya. How have you managed to keep your shoes so nice and clean?
I came all the way round.
Oh, got you. Smart. Right, let's do that then. Right. Bloody long though, isn't it? I probably should have gone that bloody way.
Trying to work it out myself.
Are you?
We're having to walk through this stuff. I think this is the because if you try and skirt around it, you've got fog.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking.
So you've got to come through a bog,
Yeah.
and it goes all the way that way. And I've just found out it goes that way as well. So
Right, so you're just going to go through it?
I think this is probably about
The nicest.
the best option.
All right, then no worries then. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Oh, God. Right, fair enough. Let's just go through it. Sometimes like that's life, you know, like sometimes just go fucking through it, man. Because sometimes you're trying to go the long way around and you're trying to avoid this and avoid that. And sometimes you just got to go through it. So changing subject a little bit, this morning while I was in the shower, I was thinking to myself, is it time to put my toe in the water with the opposite sex again? You know what I mean? Because it's literally nearly 3 years. And I was thinking, shall I mention it to my daughter? Hello. And I was thinking, nah, I won't bother mentioning it. I'll just keep the thought to myself, because I was going to ask her what she thought. Obviously, my idea or my impression would be, she would say, definitely, Mum. You know what I mean? But to be honest, I didn't really need anyone to kind of countersign off the thought, because it's not about me dipping my toe in the water. It's about being obedient to whatever the Almighty sends my way and the lessons the Almighty wants me to experience. It's not for me to go out there and search for nobody. You're mad. But at the same time, I've been so adamant to the Almighty, because so far the Almighty has just brought me bare fuck niggas that are on mission. You know what I'm saying? Niggas that I've got to have experiences with in order to get to the next level, if you know what I mean. Like some fucking Super Mario game. And I'm just like, you know what, Almighty, I'm so over it. I told Almighty that I was over it in 2022, and it still brought me a fuck nigga in 2000. Look at these little sausage dogs. Oh God, look how cute they are. Hello. Hello.
Come on, Mommy.
How nice. Where am I going? So yeah. So I was like, I'm done. In 2002, I was like, Almighty, I'm done with these fuck niggas. You know what I mean? If it's not God himself that is getting off the blood clot throne, yeah, to come and lay down with me, I don't want it. And when I say God, like for me personally, the way I see it, the Creator and God are not the same. You understand me? See, it's like when the Almighty says, for you yourself are gods, it's a reference that there are many. The word eel suggests that is a plural. There are many. So there are many gods, but there is one Almighty. So when I say God himself, that I don't reference that as the Almighty. I'm not suggesting that the Almighty, the creator of all things, come down off their throne and lie down with me. But there is a particular hierarchy of gods that I believe that I belong to, and I'm saying I want my equivalent. I want my equally yoked equivalent to come. I think we're hit this way too, actually, rather than going straight. Actually, I'm going this way. I want my equal equivalent to come and lie down with me. I want my equal equivalent to come and sit down with me. And if it's not that, don't bring anybody. I'm more than happy to be celibate. I'm more than happy to continue on this venture solo until what I want comes my way, and then when I kind of did that, I shouted. I was like, no more! I don't want no fucking fuck niggas! Me and the kids was dancing around the room. I was like, I'm fuck nigga free, I'm fuck nigga free. You know, Gorilla's tune, FNF. Hiya! Singing and dancing and bobbing to that. Because I was adamant no more. Anyway, there's me telling the Almighty no more. What do you think the Almighty did? The Almighty brought in the Almighty brought in another fuck nigga and said to God, jokes. No, but look, hear this, yeah. The Almighty brought in a fuck nigga that thought he was God. Oh, don't give me joking. So I had to blow my nose and put my glove back on. But the Almighty brought me a fucking fuck nigga that thought he was God. This nigga thought he was God. And don't get me wrong, he talked a good game. He definitely was not God. He's a fucking, what's the word? You know those narcissistics that have God complexes? He had a God complex. He weren't God, he just had a God complex. So I'm trying to get this camera straight. Yeah. He weren't God, he had a God complex. A real significant one too. But he would sit there calling himself God, but didn't have anything to actually back up why he considered himself to be God. What are you telling me, Spirit? Spirit wants me to go this way now. Okay, let's just listen. Be obedient. They always got something nice to show me, so we'll go where they say to go. And sometimes it is go left, go right, and then it's back, go left, back. Hello. Hi. Go back, right. So you're walking around. Sometimes they're telling you go down there, go in there, squeeze in there, climb over that, climb up that tree. I'm like, pussy, oh, but after I do it, it's like, say, I'm in another world. Even though I'm still in the forest, it's like I'm in another world. Carry on straight, I said. So yeah, this nigga thought he was fucking God. So I think 4 months. I actually met him in November of 2022 while I was in divorce court proceedings. It was actually childcare proceedings, this particular case. And I got the feeling like this fucking nigga was hanging around, like he's got something to do with my ex-husband. So that's why I never really paid him no mind. Plus I was in hot water because Spirit had told me during the first half of the court proceedings that they were going to give my ex-husband the children, like give him a week. We'll have a week each with the kids. And I was like, what the fuck? And Spirit was like, listen, we've got missions for you to do. So he needs to have the kids half the time because you need to rest. But at the time, because they'd only just told me that while I was in the court hearing, and that wasn't what I was expecting, I was becoming quite emotional in the hearing. Like I wanted to cry. And this was the first half. I hadn't even made the decision yet, you know. But because I ultimately believe these spiritual voices in my head, and I do because they are right. You see me now, I'm walking through the forest and you hear me say, Spirit said go that way. I don't argue, I go that way. I 100% listen because they know best. And it doesn't matter which way I end up, you know. It don't matter if I go left, right, it don't matter if I end up on the other side of the park or whatever. It doesn't really matter. I know that Spirit has got me. Right, so they just says to me, the two roads lead the same way here, yeah. They want me to take the muddy one, not this one. Fuck, you know. And that's the point, innit? You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever Spirit says to do, that's what I will do. No questions asked. So when Spirit told me that they're taking my children, I was upset, but they were telling me, do not cry in the court. Wait till you come out. So when the court broke for lunch, and we got to leave. Oh, that's when I've seen this pussy hole, I should say. And he's trying to chat to me, but obviously I'm not in the frame of mind to talk to him, am I? Because I'm in court proceedings and these court people are going on with some fucking bullshit. Plus my ex-husband's solicitor is friends with the judge. Like, Spirit's making me know what's going on and the politics that's being played between them. You know, so that's upsetting too, because that's not fair. I'm coming into court. I'm here playing by the rules. And these people are constantly playing dirty. And that's been my whole life. I always play by the rules, you know. I always play by the rules. But it's like, say, I play by the rules, but I'm the only one playing by the fucking rules. And it can be it can piss you off sometimes. Seriously. It can piss you off sometimes. Because you're like, why am I the only one playing by the rules, Almighty? And everybody's playing dirty. And the Almighty's like, that's who you are. That's who you are. You play by the rules. And even sometimes it's like to say, I have to take the long fucking route to get there. You know what I mean? I take the long route to get there. While everybody else does their whatever. And everybody else seems to have, and I've got to go this way. And I'm not moaning about it, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that that's what it is. Spirit saying we're nearly by the lake. How lovely is this tree? So, anyway, he wants my number. I ain't paying no attention to him. I've come out the court trying to call my sister-in-law because she's waiting around the corner for me. Anyway, when I meet up with my sister-in-law, this guy comes out of nowhere again. He's asking me for my number, but for some reason, Spirit gives him my number. You know what I'm saying? Spirit gives him my number, but this was November 2022. But then I don't know. He says he did try and call me. I don't know. But this particular night in February 2023, around the 6th of February, my phone's rung and I'm like, I'm not answering it. And Spirit's like, answer it. And I'm like, no. And Spirit's like, answer the phone. One, I don't know the number. Two, it's like 6:30, 7 o'clock at night. Who the fuck would be phoning me at this time? Anyway, you know what? You know this patch here. Sorry to cut this story about this waste, man. But this patch here, back in 2022, I come down here, yeah. There was literally 30 horses on this patch of land here having a fucking meeting. The stallion, the main one, was standing up. Most of them were sitting lying down, because they don't sit, they lie down. And a few of them were standing up around the stallion. And then when they clapped me, they started to pretend and act like horses again. It was so weird. I was like, why have you stopped having your meeting? Don't mind me, man. Carry on having your meeting. It was amazing, to be fair. It was interesting because all these horses live in this forest and they're all scattered about the place. So how has 30 of them managed to congregate on this piece of grass here? Like, say, an email went out. It was beautiful, it was. Anyway, we are coming up to the lake, so Spirit was right. Anyway, so imagine this now. So I've ended up giving him my number. February the 6th, he's ended up giving me a call. Spirit's telling me to answer the phone. I've answered the phone, it's him. I think I was on the phone for about an hour with him, just cursing him out. But not only cursing him out, getting all of his details, like his his Akashic record codes, his birthday, time he was born, where he was born, blah blah blah. So I ran that through like systems in it. So you can run things through birth charts, and you can also run things through human design charts. Do you know what I mean? To really know who this guy was. So because he'd covered with certain things in his charts, and I had certain messages previously, I knew that he was one of these fuck niggas from the Almighty. But I was angry too, to be fair, because I'd already told the Almighty I'm not interested in any fuck nigga. So I was saying to him, why are you here? I've already told the Almighty. Have I just dropped my glove? I've already told the Almighty I'm not interested. I'm not interested in no fuck niggas. Blah, 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 blah. Why? Yeah, and I was like sticking it on him. And as I'm sticking it on him, my ancestors are talking to me, telling me, no, Asherah, you see these markings? These are horseshoes. My ancestors are telling me, no, Asherah, you need to calm down, because at the end of the day, he's meant to be here. Look how beautiful this is. This is the lake that I do most of my offerings in, especially to Oya, Yemaya, and Oshun, because all this, you see these bushes in the middle here, all of these turn into like yellow daffodils. They're beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So I don't even sit on the bench around here. I just put a little blanket. You see where that little rose flower's growing? How cute! Wow, I don't even sit on this bench. I just put a little blanket here in the summertime. Can you see how nice it is? And I just bake off in the sun. Next to the lake, I put my offerings down here. Look how beautiful that is. Is somebody just stuck that in there, or is that actually grown? I think someone must have stuck that in there, because that's not native to this land. I've never seen that flower before. My God, the amount of things that I put in this water. The amount of prayers that I've made here. The amount of tears that I've cried. The amount of laughter that I've laughed. This is the real spot. Some of these trees have blown down during the storm, you know, because this tree wasn't so close to this bench like that. Mum and Dad, you are 1,000 winds that blow. You are the diamond glitz in snow. Oh, that's so beautiful. Oh, let's have a sit down. Can you see why I love it here so much? It's active, but it's also personal and quiet too. You know. See if I can balance this phone. Yeah, perfect. Is it perfect though? No, actually it's not, is it? That might be a bit better, eh? It's nice, man. I don't think there's a nicer feeling than actually having the sun on your face. So yeah, anyway, this flipping fuck nigger, I'm saying to him that, you know, why are you here? Because I'm so angry and I'm pissed off that this guy is talking to me. And he's like, no, I've got something for you. So he starts to bring out. When I was 18, I came across my children's father, so my first baby father, if you like, from school, introduced me to a guy called Dr. Malachi York. And Dr. Malachi York is a phenomenal teacher. He gets downloads from spirit, he channels, he does all kinds of things, and he's written hundreds of books. And there was a particular book that he had called the Holy Tablets, and I think there's 7 of them, to be fair. I think there's 7 Holy Tablets, but I know I'm talking about the first book, if you like, the first Holy Tablets. And we used to have a copy, me and the children's father, and over the years, you know, things just get lost, etc. But I used to read it religiously. It's as thick as a Bible, if not thicker. And I used to read it every single day when I was pregnant with my first son. And this guy had one. He had it on disc. He had it in digital form, and he offered that to me. He also had the gold book. Can you imagine? Like, who the fuck has a copy of the gold book? I ain't seen these books since I was 17, 18. I'm in my 40s at this point. I can't believe it. Don't get me wrong, I'm not gassed up by it, but I am. It was impressive. And he had the gold book, and he also had another book called the Black Book that I'd never seen before, and he let me read it. Now, the gold book is a female book. It's got a lot of female related prayers and chants in there. So the prayer that I do today at the age of 44 is a prayer that I got from the gold book at 17. So there are certain chants in it. So for example, the chant sounds like Kawun bina shug minhum, Kawun bina shug minhum. So I've been chanting that chant for all of these years, and that chant is out of the gold book. So it was really nice that he brought the gold book to me. it was also really nice that he brought the black book to me. And as I said, I'd never seen the black book before, but the black book was very much about, I want to say Freemasonry, but it's so much more than Freemasonry. It's a book which is explaining the process of being initiated into Freemasonry, but how that initiation actually came from ancient Egyptian. Yeah, this is ancient Egyptian knowledge. So we know that a lot of the Freemasonry use symbols that are actually, they have their origin in a lot of our history as black people, as Moors, as Egyptians, as Nubians. So I read that book. It made belly. It told me to read it, and I did. I read it cover to cover. The AEO, the Ancient Egyptian Order, and the origins of it, the hoodwinking process, the disregard or the blasphemy of Islam, Christianity, and Judaism, which are the three main religions. And it's not so much a disregard or a disrespect, even though it is, because each book is dropped on the floor. You know what I'm saying? And the Quran, as they say, is supposed to be held in the highest place in the house, isn't it? So it definitely shouldn't be on the floor, I guess, in that respect. So I guess it can be deemed to be disrespectful, but it's the process. They talk about the different handshakes in the Freemasonry and what these different handshakes mean, where they put their thumb and how the two fingers at the back, loads of shit. They talk about how your brethren or the brother has to bring you in and hold you back on your right side. Is it your right side? It's almost like you walk like you got 3 legs, basically. You know, as you would tie each other's foot together and walk like that, you walk as a 3-leg person with the person who's supporting you while you've been hoodwinked. And hoodwinked is to have something put over your head, innit? So it's like almost like a black cloth, a black potato sack over your head, and this person is guiding you through, because you can't know the secrets yet. You can't know the secrets until you agree to be part of the society or the initiation. Anyway, this book goes into all of that, and more stuff he had to share, you know. And then outside of that, he then started to share the concepts around straw man and being sovereign, and the history of British law, and how it started, how they told everybody that they need to bring in their gold, and how they needed to bring in their gold because they wanted ownership of the gold, basically. And we're talking way back in old English times. And then, you know, he brought in information around how to change your name by dipole, your own dipole, how to claim certain things as a sovereign person, how to create a passport, a birth certificate. Honestly, like, it goes so deep, and I did it all. How to send letters to the Pope, the Prime Minister, the headquarters of the police, the head of the government. Oh my God, if you ever knew, Secretary of State. And I did it all. Do you know what I mean? And yeah. So anyway, now I started to use some of this information in my court proceedings while I was going through divorce proceedings and childcare proceedings, because I was representing myself. Part of being a sovereign entity is that you have to represent yourself. You can't go into court and think that you're gonna let one of these Romans represent you. No, you've got to know. Well, you've got to try know what you're doing and stand up tall and stand 10 feet down, man. It's been a fucking scary process, because what did I know at the time? I knew nothing, but Spirit knew a lot, and Spirit was able to guide me and help me and lead me along the journey and fill in the blanks and write certain forms and tell me the road that I should walk. Seriously, man. If it weren't for Spirit, I don't know where I would be. I don't know where I would be, man. The Almighty Spirit, my ancestors, my guides. Honestly, I don't know where I would be. I'd be fucking lost in space without a helmet. Anyway, this guy came in with all this knowledge. He wanted me to learn and get through it. I says to him, it's going to be better if I take a PhD approach to it, as in like a human researching approach to it, and read everything, the fine print. I didn't, it's going to be better if I do it that way, but I gave him the choice. Do you want me to do it the PhD way, or do you want me to do it the spiritual way? The PhD way means that I sit down and I take time with it and I go through it. Don't get me wrong, it's quicker than what he could do, because it took him 6 years to get this information in. But it would take time, because I'd be PhD in it. Or shall I just do it spiritually? So he was like, do it spiritually because time is of the essence. So I was like, all right then. So I sat down with him at the computer for 3 hours, and it was so slow. I was like, you know what? Spirit says to me to tell you, you go and lie down on the bed, or go in the bedroom, because we was at my house in the study, and let me just carry on with this and then see where I get to. He works nights anyway, so we had to go to work in a few hours. So I was like, go and get some rest and I'll carry on. And I did, and within 3 hours from that point, Spirit had downloaded what I needed to know. And it was 11 different subjects that it'd given me, 11 different titles or headings that I'd never fucking heard of before in my life. My God. Anyway, me and Spirit went through them, and I was like, honestly, head blown. So anyway, when he woke up, I was like, right, this is what I found out, blah 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 blah. And he was like, what the fuck? And I was like, blah, 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 blah. Like all this information just reeling out my mouth. And he was like, right, okay. And I said, you know what? Differently, yeah, I can already see where you've made mistakes. You know what I mean? Like, Spirit is bringing up how it should have been done in comparison to how you've done it. So he was like, all right, then say fuck it. Let's just do it all again. I'll do mine all again, and we'll do it your way. So that's what we ended up doing. And then just before the end of that, so imagine you have to send documentation every week on the same day. Yeah, it's very ritual, it's very spiritual, even though we're talking about 3D documentations that are being served on government bodies. But the government bodies, believe it or not, they use witchcraft too. Everything that they do is a ritual. The April financial year, all of that is linked to rituals. Does that make sense? April is the beginning of the year. It's Aries. It's the I am. It's the Emperor. You know what I'm saying? It's not January. The fact that October, Oct is 8. 8 is supposed to be the 8th month, not the 10th month. December is not supposed to be the 12th month. It's supposed to be the 10th month, because decimal, is 10. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things that the government and that do that is, but it seems like, oh, the government's back to front, but they're not back to front. They're deliberate. They're deliberate in what they do. They know exactly what they're doing. They pay attention to full moons. They pay attention to cycles. They pay attention to astrology. They pay attention to numerology. You know, it's us that have lost our way. We're being led astray. There's so many kids and people in the park today. It's wonderful, man. I mean, it shouldn't be, well, it's holiday, I guess, so it's going to be busy, but it's not usually this busy. So yeah, all of these things I was learning and downloading, learning and downloading, learning and downloading. So 2023 was a mind fuck, man. So Spirit started to implement these things into my court documents. So this guy was supposed to help me. He was supposed to help me. He introduced me to a woman called Barbara. She's so fucked up, this Barbara. I'll tell you about Barbara afterwards, but anyway, Prince was supposed to help me prepare these court documents by the time we got to March, April, May. So the court hearing is in May. He's supposed to help me. The man's nowhere to be seen, mate. I can't lie, I'm having a little bit of an inner panic, because I don't know what all of these things mean in court reference. To go up and stand in front of a judge and tell the judge that I'm standing here in blood and flesh, that I'm actually a sovereign person. I'm not here as a fiction. I'm not here as my straw man. I'm not here as Asher Henry. I'm here as a Shira Rose, living flesh. Here's my birth certificate. Do you know what I'm saying? Like all this kind of stuff, man. Man just left me. And then the bitch that come with me, this Barbara, in her office, she's going on like she's the big all and I am, you know? I go to court, I wrap them up, I do this, I do that. I'm a special master. Put me down as you know, like how you can say that I want to bring somebody in, like they call it befriend. So you can bring in a befriend, or you can bring in someone to support you in court. They can't talk on your behalf, but they can come in there and support you. Yeah. And she said put her down. Yo, it went pear-shaped in the court hearing that day. Security was called. There was all kinds of fuckery that went on, and I believe it was due to this woman here. And what started it is that the people just wanted her to put her name down, and she didn't want to put her name down. So because she didn't want to put her name down, the judge was refusing her entry. Now don't get me wrong, I argued her point, because in English law, and again that's what we have to base things on, because we are in the court system, so we are dealing with English law. But in English law, back in the days, most people could not read and write, so they would sign their name with an X. Yeah, you can sign your name with an X. So a name doesn't matter. It doesn't take away the fact that a person is standing here and they are who they are. Not only that, I had informed the court 2 weeks prior of Barbara's name, so they've got all the information in their fucking court system anyway. And it's in my legal document paperwork, and it's in my position statement. So they're just making it fucking excuses, to be fair. But it all kicked off. Security was called, blah de blah de blah. Later on, the police was called. No, rare tear. We don't even need to get into it. I did not leave the court at all. I was probably one of the last people to come out of there, to be fair. And when I did come out of there as one of the last people, the police was downstairs, and I just firmed them. I was like, yo, I literally took the piss, basically. They didn't say nothing. I wished them well, and I went about my business. What the joke was, though, is... So anyway, imagine that court case happened, but prior to that, this guy was supposed to come to my house. So the court case happened on the Monday. So the week before, he should have been at my house from the following Monday. I can't see this nigga. He's texting me all different things. I'm going to go and meet my son, Solomon. I'm going to go and do this, that, whatever. Spirit's telling me no. Is fucking some gal. It is what it is. This, that, and the other. I had already told him 2 weeks ago what was going on, you know. Look at this dog. Hello. You know what the funny thing is? Sorry to cut in, but the other day I had a vision that when I went to Peru, all these animals were going to be around me. Like they've got a dog at the centre or something like that. And it's so interesting. I mean, don't get me wrong, dogs come up and whatever, but I noticed that in Bali in November, loads of dogs was trying to communicate with me. So I don't know what's going on with these canines, but anyway. So he should have been at my house a week before. He's making all these excuses, half dead Kalfa. Yeah. I'm saying whatever then, because Spirit's making me know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I swear to God, I smell marijuana. Am I going fucking mad or something? How am I smelling marijuana and there's nobody around me? Spirit. Oh, go on. Strong too, you know. It's gone now, but very strong. Anyway, Spirit's making me know what I go on. So when he finally phones me, around the Saturday to tell me that he's coming to my yard on Sunday, that time court's on Monday, I've told him no bother with it, because the visions and the downloads that I've got from Spirit about my guy and what he's been up to, you know, it's like my heart broke, but it had to. That's the whole point of these missions, that I have to generally, realistically fall in love in order to have my heart broken, in order to grow from it. How horrible is that? How horrible is that? But that's what happens every single time. I have to fall in love, and I have to, and it's stupid, you know, because before I even go into it, I know that this is a fuck nigga, and I know it's a mission. So don't get it twisted. It's not love like I'm head over heels and I've lost myself. No, but I have to go through the emotion. I have to go through the experience, and the more I go through the experience in its authenticity, the higher and the better the ascension. So it's all worth it in the end. So there I am, going through it. I was sitting on the toilet. I wasn't on the toilet, but I was sitting on the toilet because I've got a little ensuite, and I was taking a little moment to have a little cry in my ensuite. So I must have cried for about 5-10 minutes, and then I was fine again, because I alchemized the energy, alchemized the situation, dealt with the heartbreak, blah blah blah, and then come out of it. So as I've come out of it, the phone's rang, and it's this pussy hole, and it's telling me it's coming to my house tomorrow. I was like, nah, allow it, it's fine, I've got everything sorted, because I did. Spirit downloaded me what I needed to for court. I wasn't left in the lurch. I wasn't dependent on this fucking fuck nigga the way it seemed like I was. No, I can handle this. Spirit has got this. Spirit has got me, and they definitely fucking did. You know what I mean? They definitely did. So anyway, when he's phoning me to tell me he's coming, and I've gone, nah. I was like, listen, did you fuck somebody? Did you fuck someone? He's like, what? I don't have to answer that. I said, what do you mean you don't have to answer that? Do you not know that not answering is an answer? I said straight, did you fuck somebody? Oh, I don't have to answer that. I said, you know what then? Come off my phone, yeah. Come off my phone if you're not gonna be if you're not gonna act like a big man right now. Got all these birds. If you're not gonna act like a big man right now, come off my phone. Yeah, come off my phone until you're ready to talk truth. 228. And I locked off my phone. Tell you what, yeah. This pussy-o told me, before I put the phone down on him, this pussy-o turned around and I said, oh, so what then? You know, so what, the court thing and everything? I think this must have been the Thursday or the Friday, sorry. So it's not at the same time of this call. The Thursday or the Friday, when he told me that he's going to go and meet his son Solomon. A spirit had already told me he's not meeting Solomon, but whatever. He's going to meet his son Solomon. And I've said to him, what about the court thing? And he's turned around to me and said, God is God alone, innit? That's what he turned around to me and said, God is God alone. So he's made me know he ain't coming nowhere with me, that I've got it. It must have been the Saturday. It must have been the Saturday, because there's no way I would be talking to him on the Saturday after he told me that, you know. I think it was the same time I've asked him if he's fucked somebody. But before me asking him if he fucked somebody, he's telling me that God is God alone. Do you know how much that sentence there, what he said, stuck with me? I went and got it fucking tattooed on my body, you know. On my arm here, I've got God is God alone. Because it weren't a message from him. It came through him, not from him. But at the time when he first said it, I took it like it come from him, and it hit me in my chest like to say, nigga, seriously? Seriously, like everything that you've had going on, I've been there. I've been organising, setting up his business. I've been sorting out his fucking paperwork. I've been trying to get the bank thing sorted out and designing promissory notes. All kinds of fucking shit. And then when I need this nigga's telling me that God is God alone. Say no more, blood. Say less. Because you're absolutely fucking right. God is God alone. God is God alone. Yeah? Cool. Safe. Say less, blood. Imagine this fucking cocksucker telling me that God is God alone. After everything he does, he can't fucking do by himself. It's me doing it. I was like, say less, yeah? Anyway, I've put the phone down on because he don't want to admit that he fucked somebody. Then he's texting me some bullshit. I've got the texts in my phone still. Texting me some bullshit. And I've gone to him, like I said, when you're ready to fucking talk truth, let me know. Because this is a 228 situation. So anyway, couple of days, he's called me on that was the Saturday. He's now called me on the Monday after court to find out how it went. I said, why are you phoning me to find out how it went? Why don't you phone your brethren, the brethren Barbara? Because here what, yeah, after we come out of court and Barbara did not fucking deliver on all these special master, she wraps up the court bullshit. She sat there like a fucking punk, like an absolute pussy, to the point where I'm having to say to her, yo, wake up the goddess within you. That's what she told me when I was in her office, that I must wake up the goddess in me. Wake up, she said. I'm telling her the same thing in the blood clot court because she's sitting down there doing fuck all. Wake up! It's a joke, blood. It's a fucking joke. I watched this woman fold up, blood. She weren't saying nothing, man. When I walked into the courtroom and the judge is going on with things, and I can see that the judge has got my ecolastral depot papers, which are my papers informing the court. So remember I said you have to send paperwork every week at the same time, every week. And they're like, each letter is a more formal letter than the last letter, letting them know that you're going against divine order. I only answer to the divine, the God creator. And I know this might sound really weird to some people listening to this if it's the first time you've come across the concept straw man. But if you just type straw man into Google, it will tell you that the straw man is a fiction character of a person. You are walking around as a fictional character, and this is why the government's allowed to abuse you, take your money, rob you for taxes, rob you for housing benefit, charge you for gas and electric, because you've signed up, but you've not disagreed with their fucking fake contracts that they've got you in due to them having your birth certificate. Again, I'm not going to go into it on this one. If it sounds like nonsense and it's over your head, babe, it's nonsense and it's over your head. But if you know, you know. And if you're willing to just type in straw man, it will open up a whole fucking can of worms. So anyway, this woman is going on like she's ordering a bag of chips, but when the push comes to shove, she ain't nobody for nothing. So I'm having to ask her to stand up. Imagine. And I'm paying this woman to, you know. Anyway, whole load of commotion in court, The judge is standing there with my EDP paperwork and everything else. So that confirms to me that you know who the fuck I am then, innit? So spirit has just, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, spirit just talks through me. So she's telling me that the special master, as in Barbara, and my son cannot be in the court hearing. And I'm saying, well, that's not acceptable because I've already given notification 2 weeks prior that this is what was going to happen. So if the court wanted to object to it, they've had amp time to object to it. On the day is not the time to object to it, especially when my pussy or ex-husband has not told anybody that he will be bringing a barrister to this hearing today. So if he is allowed to just turn up with his legal representative on the day, then I am allowed to bring in my special master when I've already given the court 2 weeks notice. So it's not that I'm trying to be a bitch or I'm trying to play up. I'm trying to say that I've dealt with things the right way. I followed the procedures, yeah, and this is what it is, and I am being denied. He hasn't followed procedures and he's okay to just run with it. What kind of bullshit is this? So I'm making the judge like, no, that's not happening. So she's like, this is my court, you will leave. I said, no, this is my court. I said, I am the highest authority in this court. She's gone, you know what I'm trying to say? Because they know that is the case. If you stand there in your blood and flesh sovereign self, yeah, man is man, you know. She's man. She's blood and flesh. She's a person. She's not God. So I don't have to answer to her. And her sitting in that position with a wig on her head, making claims that she's a judge. You're not a fucking judge. There is no judge on this earth. There is only one blood clot judge, and that is the divine creator. So even though you're calling yourself a judge, you're not a judge. If you look at the job description of a judge, they are not supposed to be there as executioner. They are supposed to be there as mediator and administrator. And this is what I'm trying to say. Like, I've gone so deep into the law thing that these what I'm saying isn't going to make sense to everybody, and that's absolutely fine. But I'm talking my truth. And I'm talking my experience right now. And I'm talking for those that have ears to hear. Yeah? So I'm telling her, no, I am the highest authority in this court because I am. I stand here in blood and flesh. I'm not a straw man. I'm not here as a fiction character like everybody else in this fucking courtroom. So don't deal with me like I'm Prekka. Deal with me like the fucking being. I stand here as I am today. So she's gone, call security. So obviously they've gone on with themselves and called security. 6 security guards are come rushing in the court. Nobody can't do nobody nothing. Like I said, I stand here in blood and flesh. This ain't no fucking joke thing. Not one security has put their hand on me. Not one security has said anything to me. Do you understand me? My ex-husband and his barrister has left the courtroom. So now it's just me, Barbara, and Mikhail in the courtroom. The judge is going on like she's coming out the courtroom too. So there's nobody in the courtroom by this point. So I've stepped out the courtroom. When I've stepped out the courtroom, security has locked the courtroom door behind. Locked up the courtroom door. You know, so, to be honest, I should have stayed in there and I should have gone up at the top at the gammel and I should have conducted my own blood clot court hearing. To be fair, now that I think about it. Anyway, I've come out. And Barbara has told me to email them to tell them that I don't consent. I don't consent. What was it? It was 3 things. You don't consent. You don't, I don't understand. I don't consent. And I don't something else. There's three things. Does that make sense? So I put that in an email addressed to the judge that was standing before the court. And the court itself, the administrators and the head, like the manager of the court, if you like, who's on that day. And I made them know what was going on. And I sat there. Then the clerk come back out and said, the judge is willing to hear the case if Barbara's willing to sign it off. Barbara signed it off. They're still moaning about Barbara's signature, or I don't know, some shit like that. And they're saying that, oh, this can only happen if this, that, and the other. Like, they're trying to put their terms and conditions on my court hearing. You can't put your terms and conditions on my court hearing. This is not negotiationable. This is not something that will come here to barter with you. This is English law. What I'm abiding by is written in law. What you're doing is outside of fucking law, and you're trying to treat me like I'm an idiot, like I don't know the law. So you're trying to say, oh, take these little crumbs on the table and pacify her with that. No, I won't be pacified. I will not be fucking pacified. Do you know that the judge turned around and said she's not hearing the case at all? That's fine, because you're not gonna hear. You're not being put in a position to hear my case. Yeah, when I've come out of the courtroom and all those 6 securities, remember the whole court area is full, you know, because there's about 20 different court rooms that are going on, that are situated there, and there's loads of different people waiting for their court hearings and all gone in and come out. So there's solicitors, barristers, legal executives, the court clerks, security, and people that are ready to go into court. So it's a busy place. There's at least 30 people, if not more, there. So anyway, I come out the court, I sit down, there's a whole heap of commotion going on, and all this commotion is centered around me. I'm like, pussy clout, Most High, listen, Most High, I need you to come down right now. I need you to show up and show off right now. I need you to show up and show off right now. So anyway, as I've said that, I've just felt this whoosh of energy come over me. And when this whoosh of energy has come over me, I felt the divine, man. And I've just got this power from, no, I don't even know where it's come from. I'm dressed in white. I've got my white wrap on my head. I've got my ankh necklace from Ethiopia around my chest. Yeah, I've come prepared. I've come prepared, man. I come to slay a fucking demon. I never come here to play. And I'm just walking around the court, jangling this necklace, you know, chanting. The Almighty is in me, man. I swear to fucking God, man. It was like a movie. Anyway, the ex-husband's there with his barristers. He's not saying nothing. All these people are around. One bag of commotion. Emails are getting thrown left, right, and centre. You know what I'm saying? I've ended up going up to the 3rd floor, which is the appeals court, logging a form of appeals, got them to stamp all my documents, so all my documents are official, because I've already drafted my order. So I don't know how this court hearing was gonna go, but I've already drafted the order, because I've seen that his solicitor drafts orders. How can the judge, I mean, don't get me wrong, solicitors will draft orders, but you see the order that the solicitor draft, the judge ain't making no changes to it. So that means everything that they want is getting pushed through. So I'm like, nah, so this hearing, I'm prepared. I've already drafted the order. I've already drafted the outcome. So I've sent her, the judge, the deputy district judge, my order, the court the order, the ex-husband the order, and whoever else needs to get the fucking order to let them know this is the outcome of today's hearing. Anyway, she sent another order how many weeks later, dismissing me from everything. I am not allowed to come to court to represent myself. I can't speak in court. Can you imagine this woman? Who the fuck do you think you are? And then you see, when I've done the research on her, she's not even a financial remedies judge. She's like family. She don't even fucking know what she's doing. So all of these things that she's put down in her order are illegal. So obviously I've taken that further through the appeals process weeks later, and obviously it's been heard again by a judge, and her thing has been overturned by this new judge because it was illegal anyway. She can't do that. I represent myself. I don't have a solicitor. So how can you ban me from talking in court and we're still in court proceedings? Make it make sense. So obviously all of that got overturned. She's telling me that my ex-husband don't have to pay no money. I'm not. You wouldn't believe. I've got all the orders anyway, so I've got it all there. It's all in black and white. You wouldn't believe what this fucking deputy judge thought she was. Big bollocks, big Billy, whatever she thought she was. No, all of that got rescinded. It all got blown away. No, she can't do that. And then we obviously carried on with court proceedings for another 2 years after that. You know what I mean? But yeah, this fuck nigga had to go through all of that in the dark. Well, it was meant to be, because God is God alone at the end of the day, so no problem. It taught me a lot. It taught me how to stand up on my own 2 feet, really. It taught me how to really be in the fucking fire, and it taught me how to dance in the fire. You know what I mean? It taught me how to dance in the fire. That same day in the court thingy, one of the clerks told me she's gonna box me in my mouth. Imagine a clerk's on about she's gonna box me. Box who, blood? I said, listen, give me your name and number. I took everybody's badges. Some barrister man jumped around. Oh, she never said that. I said, who the fuck are you? Who are you and who are you talking to? You're a barrister, meaning you've made an oath to tell the truth. Are you gonna stand here and lie when everybody here heard my girl say what she said, including Dean, who's behind the desk? Listen, I just took all their details now. And action that. Then when we've come out of court, like I said, we're the only ones there at this point, because I never left the court. It's probably about 3 o'clock in the afternoon now when I'm coming out of the court with my son and this Barbara woman. Every minute Barbara say, no, don't do that. What do you mean don't do that, Barbara? You cannot tell me not to do something after how you represented yourself today. And furthermore, my spirit, my ancestors and spirit and the divine is telling me what to do in real time. So how you gonna come in and try and tell me what not to do and go against what the divine is telling me to do? From I turn around and says to the Almighty in that court here, and I'm trembling, you know. I've gone into the court and the words have just come out my mouth telling the judge, this is my court. I am the highest authority in here. Yeah, I've never done that before. Like, where the fuck did that come from? Do you know what I mean? That just come out my mouth to bomber clock. So come out of court, like all this commotion, security, people are watching you. You can imagine the energy in it. It's intense. And I've just gone, yo, Almighty, I need you to show up and show off right now. And this energy has overcome me, you know. This energy has overcome me, and I've just been wrapping it up in the court ever since. 3rd floor, got all my documents signed off, like I said, stamped them, pushed in my appeal, pushed in my order, You know, now we're coming out the court, police are there, firms, the police officers, whatever. We're now at the bottom of the road from the court. Barbara's here, Barbara's there, and my son's there. Spirit's now coming in and telling me about this Barbara. Imagine. And I know it's true what they're telling me. And I know it's true because from the first time I met her in her office, I seen certain things. She's got like a autistic Down syndrome daughter that's in her 30s, which is, there's no problem with that. You know, I'm a SENCO, which is a special educational needs coordinator. So I manage all of that. I love that. I'm passionate about it. So that's not the issue. The issue was that her condition was demon related. You know what I mean? There's certain things that her mum, Barbara, had done and agreed to and gone into certain contracts which had led to this daughter to be the way that she is. And actually, inside this daughter was a serious demonic being that was tied to Barbara. Imagine I'm coming out of court and this is what Spirit's downloading to me as Barbara's chatting to me. And I'm trying to listen to what Barbara's saying to me, but at the same time, I'm just getting hit left, right, and trigger with all of this information about who Barbara is and what the situation is. I'm seeing Barbara's past lives. I'm seeing the deal that she made. I'm seeing the man she tried to bond. I seen when the entity got placed on her. I seen in a past life, you know, this didn't even happen in this life. This happened in previous lives, but there are certain things that are playing out in this life, which this demon is now in her daughter. They showed me that she brings people to the house for the daughter to devour spiritually, energetically. Don't get me wrong, some of it look physically too, but we're not even going to go there. Spirit's telling me, don't give her no money. She's already been paid. I'm saying, Spirit, are you serious? How am I not gonna give this woman money? And I've already agreed to pay this woman. Spirit's like, no, she's already being paid. I said, Spirit, are you kidding me? Spirit's like, tell her you're not going the same way as her. Tell her you're going this way, because Spirit's telling me they want me to go and pick up some incense and they want me to buy a bell. They're telling me buy a bell, like a big school bell. Where am I gonna get a bell from? Anyway, they're telling me go. So anyway, when I says to Barbara, listen Barbara, I'm gonna catch up with you later, you know, because differently, me and my son's gonna go this way. Oh, you're not coming this way? She goes, no. So she said, what about the money? I said, don't worry, I'll make a transfer and send it over to you. She's gone, all right then. And she's gone about her business. I said, Pussy Clark, Mikael, listen, I don't know what's going on, but the downloads that Spirit just gave me about Barbara, what the fuck? So I started to share with my son what Spirit was telling me about Barbara and Barbara's pitney and not to pay. And I was like, Spirit, seriously, you cannot put me in this position, because one thing I don't like are them kind of madness. But I'm telling you now, Spirit has told me, do not give money to several people, to several fucking people. And it has bothered me, because I don't live like that. If you do something for me, I want to do 10 times what you did for me. That's how I am naturally. So this bullshit of not giving her money was unheard of. And Spirit said, don't you fucking dare. I was like, all right then. So anyway, next day come, Spirit's downloading. Anyways, Barbara must have emailed me something, and Spirit said, email her this. Let me tell you something. All day the email was in my email box. Yeah? Because I was like, I don't even feel comfortable. The earthly me don't even feel comfortable sending this email. Are you sure, Spirit? Are you sure? Not that I'm disagreeing with Spirit, not that I'm going against Spirit, but I needed to make sure before, you know what I'm saying? And Spirit said yes. Then she sent back an email, then Spirit sent back an email, then she sent back an email, and she said, listen, Spirit's put in the email. The last email that I wrote to her from Spirit was like, you see your last spell? You see this, your last spell that you do? That will literally be your last spell that you do. You're done. Listen to me. I'm saying, Spirit, remember my girls got the hookup in Africa, you know, with her voodoo man. She already offered her voodoo services to me the first time we met. And when I seen the man in my third eye, I was like, And he was strong, because like I said, I nearly lost my foot wouldn't lift up off the step. I'm having to drag my leg off the step. It was coming like my foot was like as heavy as a fucking block of lead. I could not take my foot off the step when I was coming out of her office. So I know that she works with certain entities. I know that she works with certain demons, because I've seen it and I felt it. I've witnessed it myself. So I'm saying, like, Spirit, you sure we want to fuck with this woman? Because who wants to fuck with somebody that dibbles and dabbles in witchcraft and obia? It would be stupid too. And Spirit was like, what you talking about? Send her the blood clot email. None of them don't play. She can't do fuck all to you, don't you understand? Don't you know who you are? She can't do fuck all to you. And the minute she tries to do something to you, the minute everything just crumble and crash down in front of her. Spirit said, make her know, you see your last blood clot spell, that's going to be your blood clot loss. And that's how I dropped it to her, and I just put it in the email and I just sent it, boom. I never heard from her again. Till this day, I've not heard from her again. You know what I mean? I do trust Spirit, because they've shown me so many things. There isn't any reason for me not to trust them. And I know that when people come for me, I don't have to do nothing. I don't have to do nothing. Let them. Spirit said, let them, because they really met their match. They really met their match. And I don't fight no battles. I don't wish nothing on nobody. I don't put no bad-mindedness on nobody. What for? I try hard, don't think bad things about people, because I already know that what I think will manifest quick. And I don't want that karma. How beautiful is that sun? Thank you so much. So much gratitude. Thank you, Divine Creator. Thank you, ancestors. Thank you, sun. Thank you, Ra. That is so beautiful. It's a cold day today, you know. It's a cold day today, but because the sun is shining, it's warming up things, man. But my fingers are freezing. It's 12 o'clock now. I wonder if we should go and have some lunch at the bistro. What do you reckon? Or shall we carry on with our walk? If we carry on walking this way down, because we came from this way, but if we carry on walking this way down, we'll end up back by the bistro. So it's a longer walk, to be fair, but it is a nice walk. So I think we will, because it's through the mountains. But if you go the wrong fucking way, you can end up 6-7 miles on the other side of Sutton Coldfield in the town centre. So you do have to be mindful, because I have gone that way before when I was with my son, but it was the middle of the night. We came out here in the day with my 2 sons. Spirit was like, you need to go. I needed to drop something here. I'll keep it real with you. They told me to get a wine bottle that had still like a little bit of wine in it. They told me to put 3 cigarettes in there. They told me to take off my drawers that I was wearing at the time and put them in the bottle. They told me to put some other stuff in this fucking bottle too, you know. And they told me to bring it down here. I swear to God, that bottle is in this water. That bottle is in this water. And then my big older son, he split off and went his own way, and my second son continued to follow me. And my big son he went on his own spiritual journey. He ended up picking up all of these rocks. He had about 10 big stones in his finger. He was like, Mum, if you ever know how they were blocking me down trying to carry these. But they just kept telling me, carry them, until I got to the water. When I got to the water, it was like all this burden, all this weight, all this fuckery that I'd been carrying. It was like I just put my burdens down and I just threw every fucking brick stone, because they're massive, threw them in the fucking water, man. You know what I mean? And just released. And how beautiful is that? So while we was at this water, my other son was at some next water, you know, releasing his burdens. And me and my son was here. And then before we knew it, it was night time, and the moon was out, and it was a full moon that night too. And we ended up walking back this way, and fucking, I says to Cav, you know what, we've gone a wrong way. And Cav was like, don't worry about it. And we've walked probably about another 2 hours to get out the fucking park that way. And we've ended up coming up out by the college where I used to work. And then we've ended up having to catch the bus back home. That's how far away from the fucking house we've walked, that we needed to catch the bus back. But it was brilliant, it was. And when we got back, Mick weren't even back yet. Mick was still out in the fucking woods. We've had some great times here, man. Realistically, over the years, we've had some really great times, man. I've had some great times. I've released a lot of demons. Released a lot of demons, man. Released a lot of pain. Released a lot of heartache, as well as gained so much power, gained so much release, gained so much energy, bonded with the land, bonded with the trees, bonded with nature. Seen the seasons happened. Imagine watching summer, spring, summer, autumn, winter take part. Every day you're just watching as the environment around you is changing to match the seasons. Even now it's winter, you know what I'm saying? And the trees look like they've got no buds on them. But you see, in like 2, 3, 4 weeks, all of this will have buds on them. New life will start appearing. Next thing you know, these have got leaves appearing. Next thing you know, it's bare leaves. Next thing you know, it's leaves and flowers. Next thing you know, autumn starts to come and everything starts to change colour from green to yellows and reds and browns and coppers. It's fucking gorgeous. Then they all start to fall off and then it looks like this again. Some fucking magic. It's 12 o'clock lunchtime, and because I'm on this ayahuasca dieta, I'm trying to well, I said to myself yesterday that I need to make sure that I'm eating heavy around lunchtime and I'm eating light for dinner. So yesterday I ate really late, and that's why I was having to go at myself, because I didn't end up eating my last meal until about 1:30 in the morning. It was just some soup, to be fair, so it wasn't heavy. But I was like, you don't want to be eating that late. So today I want to try and eat. I mean, don't get me wrong, the lunchtime and dinner time are just made up times by society. So I don't really pay attention to that. I do what my body wants to do. And that was the time that I felt hungry, to be fair. And you know why it's all bullshit? Because you see, when you go on holiday, you're working on a different time frame, you're eating at a different time. So really, even though it's like 10 o'clock in the morning and you're having breakfast, it's 1 o'clock at night where you usually live, and you're not suffering. You're not, you know what I'm saying? So therefore, this eating at particular times to me is just bullshit. And because I've been traveling so much this year, it's confirmed that it's just all fucking bullshit. Because my body will eat at 1 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock in the day. It don't matter. Whenever I'm hungry, that's when I eat. My body knows what time it is. But I made some food yesterday. I did seasoned rice, and I put in my rice I did carrots in there, I did saltfish in there, I did garlic, herbs, thyme. Does that make sense? So the rice tastes nice. It's got different things in the rice. Like the rice can eat by itself. But then I also did some steam carrots and courgettes and spinach with tomatoes, and I cooked that down in you know, garlic and herbs and stuff like that too. It was really nice actually. So I made enough of it to be able to eat some of that today too. So I think I'm gonna go home actually and eat the food that I've prepared, because I know that I've prepared it to the ayahuasca dieta, rather than stopping off and picking up something. I got my ginger tea, which is now cold. Which is fine, because the ginger's still quite strong in it. This ginger is natural organic ginger from Bali, and it's a ginger powder, not a tea bag. It's been grinded into a powder. It's got a lot of medicinal purposes or properties. Oh, that feels so warm. My face over this side feels cold, and then when I turn it this way, it feels hot. I just got a download that somebody has come here and made an offering. Who? And I feel like they're copying my steps. You know how I went to the first place today and there was a bunch of roses there, and then I've come here and somebody's put a rose in the dirt, and they've also thrown roses and petals in the water. I mean, don't get me wrong, the land don't belong to me, but I feel like someone's imitating me. That's what spirit just gave me. There's a copycat. I'm saying to spirit, well, how would they find it? Because you see these little locations, if you don't know the park, they're not easy to find. You know, they're not easy to find, trust me. This is a big piece of land. Like if you look at the map of this park in Birmingham, it probably take, literally, if you cut down all these trees, you'd probably have about 4 more wards. Do you know what a ward is? So like constituent, yeah. So you'd have about 4 more wards just from this piece of land itself. How many houses could be built? How many schools, hospitals? Like the land is massive, and it stretches over from one side of Sutton to the other. Sutton Coldfield is big. It used to be its own standalone. Sutton Coldfield used to be its own area. It never used to be part of Birmingham. It'd be like, welcome to the royal town. That's what all the signs say. Welcome to the royal town of Sutton Coldfield, as its own standalone, until it was kind of emerged with Birmingham. But it literally is big enough to stand by itself, for true. And this fucking park alone can stand by itself. Never mind all the wards around Sutton. So you've got Streatley, you've got Four Oaks, you've got Little Aston, you've got Falcon Lodge. You know, there's quite a few wards in the Sutton Coldfield area anyway. But this park is by far the biggest, man. So it's not easy to find areas. But I'm also going to show you this little triangle monument, so you can see that they've made these little plaques in the park. And I'll read what it says on there. Most of them, as I said, are dedicated to the Moors, the black Moors from Africa. They came to England and taught England, the Britons, how to fight. They came with the Romans. I think most of the Roman Empire was run by Moors. At least historically, there's information to suggest that one of the greatest leaders of the Roman Empire was a Moor, a black African, you know. And there's evidence in this park that they were here too. And if you go to the museums in Birmingham in town, they celebrate the impact that the black Moors had here. Beautiful. I don't want to move, man. I swear to God, like, no, we need to move. Come on. I don't want to move. It's so busy too. Like, I can't believe how many people are passing here. It's like I can hear voices coming from in the trees there, coming from over there, coming from over there. There's loads of fucking people. I'm like, what the fuck? I've never seen so many fucking people in this park at one time anyway. Even the cars today, when I was coming in, I was like, what the fuck's going on? I wait for all these group of people to pass first. They've stopped to throw pebbles in the water. And there's bloody more coming down. It's very, very busy. Honest to God, I'm going to show you. And it sounds like there's more bloody people coming down too. There is. See that one little flower? And you can see the red petals in the water too. You hear that little baby singing Jingle Bells? Oh God, I lost the phone now. We'll wait for these lovely folks to hopefully move on. Then we'll go over and see what the plaque says over there. And then we'll make our way back to the bistro. And then go to the toilet. And then jump in the car. Head home. Have some lunch. I was trying to do some stuff on the laptop yesterday because I've got 97 hours recorded on a dictaphone, and I'm trying to get AI to help me organize it all. So it's really hard because it's like 58.0 gigabytes, and my laptop is telling me that it doesn't have enough space on my laptop for it to download the file. So what my AI platform is suggesting that I do is that I just upload. There's like probably 100 and something different recordings, and it wants me to upload 10 at a time. But yesterday I uploaded 20 something, to be fair. So 7 of them had failed. So I uploaded 20 something, so it was more than 7 of them that had failed because only 11 had gone through. And even when the 11 had gone through, my AI has said while he was processing them, they became corrupted, so they wasn't able to. So he's only done 2 of them. So I need to figure out how the fuck am I gonna do this. Look at that. I need to figure out how am I gonna do this, that I can actually get all the recordings, because I'm trying to get the recordings in transcripts so you can actually read what it says, because I've got some stuff that I want to do with it. So I might go back and try and figure this out. I've sent emails that are not going out until the 2nd of January, but they've been scheduled. Got 1 or 2 things to do, to be fair, but to be honest, I'm not in any rush because Spirit was just telling me that, you know, it's the holidays. But not only is it the holidays, I just need to relax and start to prepare myself for this spiritual journey that I'm about to embark on. And it does feel that way. Right, people have started to move, so let's go have a look and see what this plaque's saying. I have a tendency of switching off the bloody phone or doing something when I pick it up. Let's turn it around actually so you can see. So pretty muddy. Oh, this one doesn't have anything on it. Why? Sorry. Hiya. Didn't these used to have plaques on them or messages?
Probably, yeah. There would be information about the area we're in. Is there nothing on there at all?
No, it's completely blank, but I remember it having something on there.
Yeah, I don't know why it hasn't anymore.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's gone.
Okay, no worries. Okay. You know, here one time there was about 30 horses. Not the mothers meeting up there. Down here, they'd all come from over there, and the horses. It was a hot day. It was summertime, and they'd come and they'd literally jumped in the water, and you watched them roll around in the mud. You watched horses play like children together, trying to muddy each other up, shaking the mud over each other. It was absolutely beautiful. Really, really beautiful it was. Is this camera too close? It is, isn't it? That's better. You can see it all in its entirety. Like I said, the horses came from up there. They just charged in and they went straight into the water. I was like, what the fuck? I don't know about you, but I've never seen that before. Not so close up, because like I said, I was sitting on my bench over there. Do you know what I mean? And then all these bloody horses come out. But little ones, mummies, daddies, children, nans and granddads. You can see like it was a whole family affair. It's amazing. Oh dear. We've got tears in the park. Look at this. Hiya.
Alright.
Yes, thank you. Yeah.
Alright.
Oh shit. Is it worth it? Yeah. Because I don't want to walk through all of that, innit? So we go over this bridge and we go around that bend, and then as we go around that bend we go up a little bit, and then we come across another bridge and they've got like a little gate on it. You open up the gate and you go through that, but then I'm not sure if I should go through the gate actually, because I think when you go over the gate, once you go over that bridge, that's how you go over the train track, and once you go over the train track you start heading towards a different side of Sutton Cove Road, and you're going to end up in the park, in the town centre, after about an hour and a half of walking. We also got up that way too, but we're not going to go up that way, we're going to go this way. But I'm going to show you the bridge anyway, so you know what not to do. This is horse mess, so obviously the horses can't be too far away. Also, there's a beautiful, like, if you carry on and then take a different, after you go over the bridge, if you like, there's a massive field, so you don't see any trees anymore, you just see open grassland, which is also really beautiful too. You know, it's really lovely. Yeah, so it is absolutely lovely. You gotta know how to dress to come to these places, man. I'll be honest. When I first used to come here, I used to come here with like trainers and stuff. I was like, I didn't realise how muddy certain parts got, man. I was like, nah, I need to buy boots. To be honest, I've been promising myself hunters for ages, to be fair, but I'm just like, it's not that deep, you know what I mean? You don't actually have to go out and buy a pair of Wellingtons. And I did see some, this year. I seen some hunters in Matalan. I was like, you know what? Get the boots. And they're like, we don't even live over that side anymore. It's not like, say, we're walking through the woods every day. Probably should have got them, but these boots are just as good. So that's where we've come from. This is where we're going. So I'm saying that it's massive, but it's a great place to be. I struggle to look, here's another one, and this one looks plain too. I don't know what's going on. They've never been blank. Oh, actually this has something on there. It says walking through time, Darnell House. The bank and ditch in front of you are part of the wood bank constructed around Darnell House in the 16th century. With a fence or hedge on top of the bank, they kept grazing animals out of the wood, which was managed as coppice. Trees were cut down and the base every few years, and shoots which grew up from the stumps would be cut when they were big enough. Darnell, a type of wild grass, may have grown here in the past and given the woods its name. Okay. So that's that one. That's what they usually look like, with these little plaques on there. But like I said, we're looking for the ones that talk about the moors. Yeah. These trees. Bloody tall, ain't it? Can you imagine being here in the middle of the night and there's no fucking street lights or nothing? It's crazy. It's beautiful. It's amazing. And it's 100% safe. And you'd think that there was no wild animals in here, but there bloody is. There is wild animals. Loads of wood. Can you see these big rocks? These are some of the size rocks that my son was talking about picking up and carrying along with him to the river when he chopped them in. Sometimes, you know, how many times I've just gone off the beacon path and just cut down one of these little side bushes. And Spirit's like, carry on, go on. And I'm like, are you sure? They're like, yeah. So this is where we're going now, up by this bridge. And this is what we don't want to do. Okay? This is what you don't want to do. You do not want to go over this bridge. But I'm just taking you over just for you to see. But in fact, you know what, there's probably no point. But you don't want to go over this bridge. Because if you go over this bridge, you go over the train tracks and you end up somewhere completely different. So realistically, you want to stay here. But if you go up this one, not that it's a problem, but if you go up this way, because it kind of slants off in a hill, you end up going like not it's like it's a little bit too much of a slope. Actually, it probably doesn't matter. We'll do that. You just don't want to go over here, okay? Because if you go over there, you're going to end up where you don't want to end up. So really, you want to cut down here, okay? Seriously, it makes a big fucking difference. Because like I said, if you go over that way, you're going to need to catch the bus back. Oh, fuck. It's so muddy though. You want to come this way. This is going to take us back to the restaurant. If we can make it through the fucking mud. Ow! I just got stabbed in the chest by that. It's bloody holly too, so it's fucking thorny. So yeah, what do you think of the woods so far? Would you come on here with a night walk with me? Would you believe that I'd be able to get you around in the middle of the night safely? I don't know why I'm heading towards the bloody dirt track, but to be honest. Oh. It's not that bad. I'm sorry if you can hear me sniffling. It is like you can see that the water's frozen over, so it's not a warm day. It's bloody freezing. Even with my gloves on, my fingertips are bloody numb. Oh, you can see the water now through there. Yeah. I can take you onto the Four Oaks estate too, if you like, because in fact I can take you on the Four Oaks estate in the car when we're driving back. We'll drive through the Four Oaks estate so you can see these £1 million houses and how fucking extravagant they are. Not all of them are nice, some of them are quite dated, but the ones that aren't are just fucking gorgeous, man. I've always had a little bit of a dream and desire to live on the Four Oaks estate. It's like when you live in Sutton, and we moved into Sutton in 2010. So when you move into Sutton, everyone in Sutton, they move into Sutton with the ambition to get onto the Four Oaks estate. Do you know what I mean? It's just a thing. It's such a beautiful place. It's like all private roads, and they've got their own tennis courts, and it's like their own little fucking community, man. I just love it there anyway. I met a guy that owns the biggest house on the estate. His name is Ian. Actually, I first researched him because I was interested in the house. I was like, why is this house mashed up and nobody ain't fixing it up? So I went online and did some research, and apparently it's owned by a guy called Ian. He inherited it because his parents have always lived on the estate, and the house was involved in a fire. But because it's a listed building, you can't just knock it down. But it's going to take a lot of money to renovate it. So if we get the opportunity, I might drive around there so you can see. But anyway, whether or not if I do or I don't, the point being is that all the residents in the Four Oaks estate have been complaining about this man for years. So because they've been complaining about him, he said, you know what, fuck off. I'm not doing nothing to it. So for 12 years, in fact, it's over 12 years now, probably about 14, 15 years now, it's been standing there. And he actually lives in the house next door to it too. So anyway, I was there. I went round nosying. Yeah. Saw the guy outside the house next to it and was like, do you know he owns the house there? So he was playing me because he was talking about the guy that owns the house, and then he turned around and said, no, it's me. Do you know what I mean? He said, listen, they're offering me 12 million for it, but I'll give it you for 1 million. I said, listen, I wish I had the fucking million. Do you know what I mean? I'd fucking snap your hand off for it, because I see me living in that house, and that house ain't even built yet, if you ever know. I feel like that house is mine already. The fact that the man offered me the house for a fucking £1 million. When I told Wakar that, Wakar was like, fuck that, let's raise the money. I was like, fuck off you, that's my dream house. Nobody mentioned us doing it. Usually I come out from this way here when I said there's a bit of a cliff. Yeah. It is very fresh. Gotta keep the lips moist. See. That's the train track down there. But they said you don't want to be on the other side because you get taken somewhere else. But there's another bridge here. I mean, don't get me wrong, this will just take you to the Four Oaks estate. But like I said, if you keep going, you'll end up in Sutton Town Centre. You just open up the gate and then the other gate. They keep the gates locked because obviously the animals in it. We are going down this way. Sorry. So we didn't do too bad. We did a full circle around the lake. See, that's where it was. See where all those people are over there? I don't know if you can see them actually, but there's some people over there. That's where it was when we said, oh, it's sandy. And there's the island. So we've gone all the way around. And then this is the bistro restaurant down there that we're heading to. We came here well, not 1 year, but we came here and had a picnic here. Jason, fuck nigger too, brought his family, the dog, everything. We had ours and we all sat here. Like loads of us, there's like 30 of us. Do you know what I mean? And we'd literally taken over, bloody hell. We'd taken over this area here. It was so nice on the summer, but one of the kids ended up having an accident and having to be taken to the hospital. So I took the little one because it was Jason's brother's son. So I took the other child and brought them to our house because we only lived around the corner at the time. Turned out the little boy was okay. He checked out okay. The restaurant was so kind, honestly. They made sure that he had a blanket and everything and had some sugar water and some juice and that, you know, until he was feeling better. Rather than go that way back past the restaurant because it's a bit muddy, we're going to go down this path here because my car's just there. Probably a bit muddy too, but whatever. You see the little bird standing on the ice on the water? I feel like I want to throw something in to see if it's solid. No, I doubt it's solid. What are they just chucking? Oh, they're chucking in logs. Is it hard? What are they doing? Oh no, it's not hard. Okay. Have they blocked it off? Oh, they blocked off the bloody path. Must be something wrong with the bridge. We've got no choice to go through the mud because they've blocked off the path that way. I'll show you where I sit though, my little favourite spot. That boy is, oh, they have blocked it off though. That's my little spot there, right in the corner. Shards of ice. Oh. Oh God, it's splashing mud all over the place as he's running. See, I don't know how people do it. Are these dogs supposed to enter in your house after being in the mud? Stop running, dog. Are they supposed to go back in your house? I swear to God, this dog's gonna flash me. Is he coming down this way? Oh, bloody hell. Go on, lovely.
Pudding.
Someone's going to come in. The other birds. Come on then.
I can't believe how busy it is. Oh yeah. In fact. Excuse me, do they no longer have the toilet on the side here? Oh, inside the building. Thank you. Oh. Wait, I'm gonna have to pause you while I go to the toilet. They got locked in the toilet. It's such a beautiful restaurant. I love it here. But I'm not going to eat on the road because I'm trying to be good with my ayahuasca diet. But the menu is gorgeous. Have a look. And also they do hot chocolate, but they do hot chocolate for dogs. Can you imagine? The dogs get cream. They love it. You should see them licking it up. It's so good. It's funny. It smells so good, my God. It's such a discipline not trying to get the fucking eat the food, but honestly I've got to be good. I've done so good so far. Do you know what I mean? I'm not gonna spoil it. My daughter made pesto pasta yesterday with parmesan cheese and all the rest of it. It looked so good this morning. She was like, Mom, do you want some? I was like, no. Sticking to my ayahuasca diet. I really want to dedicate, because it was the Christmas period anyway. They say that you should do it like a month, 2 months if you can, before you actually take the medicine, to really make sure that your body is purified. But Christmas and everything, that wasn't going to happen, was it? So even though I'm not going to be doing the diet for like 2-3 months, I want to try and get as much as I can in it. And I also want to get out of here safely without running over a cat or a dog or a small child. Yes, I know. We'll find out. Okay. So yeah, we've not done too bad. I said I wanted to spend 2 hours walking around, but to be honest, I feel alright. Like I said, I want to try and hit the lunchtime. I don't want to be on the road at lunchtime and be thinking about eating food with, you know, eating food out on the road when actually all of that is just full of sugars and adjectives and preservatives and all kinds of fuckery, especially when I've got my own healthy food that I've prepared already. So I'm gonna be good. Look how many cars there are now. We arrived. It's a very busy day at the park. Where is this guy gonna go now? Alright, thank God he's turned out because we all can't get down here. So I'm going to take you through the Four Oaks estate so you can have a look at some of these £1 million, £2 million, £3 million, whatever mansions. Thank you. So we came in from the left. When we get down at the bottom of this hill, we're going to take a right. I can't lie, every now and again I get a little urge to have a little cigarette and I'm just like, no. And the joke is, you know what the joke is? I don't even like smoking. I find it quite disgusting actually, which is quite ironic, isn't it? But Spirit loves the smoke. They love the smoke. They love it, man. My ancestors love the smoke, man. Love the smoke. I used to have one of those shamanic cigarettes in my car, but I don't know where the fuck it is, to be fair. You don't inhale that though. It's like a big massive cigarette but without the butt. It's as thick as your finger, your index finger, and you're supposed to breathe it, pull it and then breathe it out, pull it and then breathe it out. Thank you. Thank you. And that just encourages spirit. So I know that my spirits love the smoke, but the more you kind of get into this spiritual shamanic practice, you come to understand that smoke plays a very significant role in shamanic practices. So it's not a delusion for me to believe that I don't like smoking, because it sounds a little bit hypocritical, innit? I'm always smoking, but I don't actually like smoking. But spiritually, they love the smoke. Love it. Oh, we're gonna pop out soon, and when we pop out, we'll be on the estate. I'm gonna see if I can go past the derelict house so you can have a look at what my dream mansion is. Broke down, like I said. Do you know what I mean? He is refusing to do anything to the property, but you can see how much potential it has, man. And like I said, it's got the biggest plot of land on the estate. Busy. You see up here now, you see if you go up this way, that to the right of me, that's a whole nother bistro restaurant. That's where you go for breakfast. Oh my god, the vegetarian breakfast is fit for a fucking king, I tell you straight. It's fit for a king. It's called the bistro. The restaurant is. It's a bistro, but it's actually called the bistro in the park, and it's wonderful. The food is amazing there. Not better than the Bracebridge, because the Bracebridge is obviously posh food, but for breakfast you can't beat that one there. Oh, so we're gonna come out here now. Okay, so we're gonna go down Ladywood Road, because that will take us to, in fact, actually, yeah, it will. If not, it's the road down there. But this is the Four Oaks Estate, so this is a whole private community. Oh, it said no through road, residents only. So this is not the one. Residents parking, private property. Fuck it. Let's go. I think it would have been better if I'd gone down and then back up. But this road, you're not even supposed to drive on, because this road is private property. Imagine. My friend used to live down here on Knowles Drive. She had a house on the corner. Yeah. We went there for Christmas. Her daughter and my daughter used to go to the same private school called Highclere. I don't know if you can actually see these houses because the phone is not turned properly. But I'm going to try and find you Ian's house. Not try, we are. I'm gonna take you off so you can actually see. Oh, this is it. Fucking hell, look at that. Look at this. This is the derelict house, imagine. But he's built some, look at that. This is new. Fucking hell, he's actually building the house. None of those bricks were there, you know. You can actually see those are new bricks. Fucking hell, the man is actually building the house. I swear to God, this is a fucking dream come true, mate. Look at that. It's a listed building, so you can't knock it down. So all it had is the old bricks in the middle of it. None of this brick on the outside. He's actually building the fucking house. I wonder if it's Ian or it's somebody else. 1902. That's what it says on it. 1902. It's been there forever. And it's like I said, it's the biggest plot of land. This is it though. Oh my God, look at that. So let's go and see where Ian actually lives, because Ian actually lives next door. Oh wait, there's a car coming. I probably should not be filming, to be fair. But I'm just so excited. Look at that. None of this grass thing was here. It was all closed off fence. You couldn't see anything. I've got to park up, mate. I'm sorry. This is so exciting to me. Fucking hell. I know I've not been here in a couple of years, but I was not expecting that they'd started building this house. Oh. And he's got his own builders. Look at that. He does his own builders. He's got his own little building. I bet it's him doing it himself, you know. Look at that. I bet it's Ian doing the outside. Can you imagine? Because when you speak to him, he's such a gangster. He had one of these little yellow tractors in his garden. He owns them. A JCB thing. Look at that. Like I said, it's got the most land out of all the houses on the estate. Look at that, all around the side of the house. It's just nothing but land. Can you imagine how beautiful it would be to live there? Surrounded by, oh my God, it's beautiful. Oh my God, Ian. That is so exciting. I swear to God, it's so exciting. This is the estate. Welcome. This is my dream area. I tell you straight, man. I don't care. This is my ambition, to get onto the estate. If I remain in England, that is. But I keep saying to myself, why do you want to be in England? Do you know what I mean? I've been travelling to all these countries. These houses are nothing. This land is nothing. You can have this land and a house like that, and you can have safari animals running around you. Do you know what I mean? Like literally, you can live in a safari. I don't know why I get so excited about the Four Oaks estate, but I think it's because for the last 20 years I've been imagining it. This is Ian's place. I won't video too much on it, but yeah, that's Ian next door. These are some of the houses, and most of them are gated. I didn't even put my seatbelt on. And even in this estate, there are private roads, there are gated communities within the Four Oaks estate. Imagine. Look at these. Oh, I want to take it off and show you everything. There's a house that me and my cousin used to drive past all the time, and she'd be like, this is my yard, and the one next door is your yard. Do you know what I mean? I just love it around here. Sounds a little bit, this is the tennis club. You can do tennis and badminton on this side.